bad day, a shitty day. And I'm so done. I'm so done. I don't know if anybody's gonna see this or gonna care or anything, but I'm just so fucking done. I'm so done. Just pain and struggle and just shit. Total shit. I don't know how to do this anymore. I literally don't know how to do this anymore. I'm so sick of it. I don't know how to live like this anymore. I really don't. You know, it's like when an animal is in pain. When an animal is in pain and you know there's nothing that you can do and they're in horrible pain and you know and it won't get better and they're gonna just stay in constant pain forever. You know, what do? You put them to sleep, you put them down, you let them die because you love them enough and you don't want them to be in pain. And adults are, human beings don't get that luxury. I mean, everybody's so I mean, I don't mean this in any I have to be careful when I trying to explain what I mean properly, whatever. But everybody's upset about Twitch, which of course is obviously horrible, and it's, or anybody who commits suicide is obviously horrible, and nobody, and I wouldn't wish that on anybody. But at the same time, if you fucking knew, I mean, and that's the worst part of it in a sense, is that he was nothing but happy and smiles. I mean, he looked like he was nothing but happy and smiles, and it just, just the light of happiness for everybody, and clearly he wasn't, and clearly he had things he was dealing with inside that nobody knew about, and he did, and that's, but my point is that, if you knew or understood the pain that the person who did it was going through, I think that most people would be like, you know what, it's okay, I get it, go. Because you wouldn't want them to suffer, you wouldn't want them to be in pain. You don't see the pain. You don't see the pain, you don't see the hurt, you don't see the voices or hear the voices, or not so much I don't get actually voices, I just get my own voice in my head, I guess, whatever, my Medusa. You don't hear everything, you don't physically feel the pain, you don't hear the thoughts, you don't hear anything, nobody else, even, and even as so I couldn't hear anybody else's problems, all I know is mine. And I'm saying, but when you have that pain, you understand what it's like, so people who don't have depression, or or don't oh, I'm dying here. I'm saying that if the people who lost their loved ones to suicide, and some of them I realize, that I think I've seen interviews with people who have tried to and it didn't work, and they came back and realized that they had made a huge mistake. Of course, and I'm saying if anybody feels like that, then of course try to get help, talk to somebody and everything. But there was somebody else who I was actually watching yesterday. There was a girl, who I was just looking up blogs for depression and everything, and there was a girl talking about how she went to a couple of her friends to talk about the stuff and everything, tell her how she was feeling, and none of them seemed to care. None of them checked in on her or whatever. None of them looked after it. None of them, nothing. In fact, one of them didn't even remember the conversation. She said that she had asked him about it a couple months later or something like that, and he had no idea what she was talking about. And it's like, yeah, thanks. And I totally felt gutted for her, because, like, how are you supposed to, talk to people when, there's a chance they might not even, they're all busy in their own lives and everything, which I totally get. Obviously, everybody has their own shit, and, that's what I don't talk to anybody. I have one friend who I can talk to who has the same type of shit, and I don't like talking about it with him. It just says he can't do anything about it, but it's somebody who doesn't get it, which is nice and everything. But my point is is I think that if people understood the pain that these people are in, and not to say that you shouldn't get help, because if you can, if some people get take meds and they're fine. Some people can exercise. Some people can do things that make themselves feel better. And if you can, that's awesome, great, perfect, amazing. Do that. But if by some chance you cannot, like me, and by some chance, you've tried everything. I've tried everything. I've tried exercising. I've tried um uh just eating better. I've tried all the healthy ways to do it. I've tried the non-healthy ways too. I used to drink, and I was never addicted to it, but it was a huge crutch, and I just ended up stopping. I just got sick of it, honestly, and I haven't had a drink in since last New Year's, I think, which was which I just I wanted to be able to have a drink. I wanted to be able to have a drink. So yes, I can have a drink, and it wasn't any hardship. It wasn't like I had to force myself to quit. It wasn't like I had to, I didn't go through the teas or whatever. I just didn't want to drink anymore, and so I just kind of I'd like to be able to have a drink. So I had a drink. I had bought some Caesars, and I bought four, and I drank three. But I'm saying that um crazy train. My point in all this is that if the people if somebody is in that, imagine the kind of pain they must be in to think that they have no other way out, and I'm not trying to justify, I'm not trying to say that it's okay to do that, to take your own life, or it's whatever. I'm just trying to say that nobody knows your pain, nobody knows somebody else's pain, and I'm telling you right now, I don't want to die, I don't want to die, but there's so many times when I just want to fucking die. I want to take, I just, I have a very morbid sense of humor, and I always say, I really need a shot of strychnine right now, or a shot of arsenic, or I'd love to have a, I'd love to have a car just so that I can drive it off a cliff, or, something like that, which I would never actually do, but I just, it's just that it's a vent, it voices it, and it just to, it's like it just, you just want to screech, because nothing fucking helps. Nothing helps, nothing works, nothing makes me feel better. Rarely. And it's so exhausting, and it's so just fucking exhausting. It's like someone, so it's like I'm laying in a pool of blood on the street, and my depression is still just boot fucking me. Just boot fucking me in the gut. And I cannot do it. I'm just done. I have no power, no strength, nothing. I'm just so over it. And yeah, so I don't know. I'm just, yeah, way fun. Anyway,